I'm Derek from Inflatable Sub Authority, and today we'll be reviewing the Thurso Surf Expedition 150. Go through all the features of the board, what I liked about it, disliked. Let's get to it. So who is this board for? Expedition 150 is for people who are intermediate paddlers and they want to upgrade from an all-around board. While a beginner can use this board, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it as your first board unless you don't mind following the water a time or two, as it is a little bit more of tippy board, let's just say. This board is great for lakes, rivers, as well as coastal conditions. I found that it actually battled the tide quite well when I was paddling it. The Expedition 150 is also a great touring board, and its deck bungees kind of reflect that arrangement. So we'll show you exactly what we mean as soon as we go to the nose to tail. Getting a closer look here, the board is 12 foot 6 inches long, 31 inches wide. Now it weighs 26 pounds and it has a 400-pound maximum capacity. Now I asked Thurso Surf a little bit about what this board is made of, and they say that it is made of knitted drop stitch material, so hence why it may be a little bit heavier compared to maybe some other newer touring boards that are coming out. So let's start at the nose here. You can see you got the handle. We have a little GoPro mount right here. Kind of wish they just did an action mount so that you can put in a lot more different items such as rod holders. Well, maybe not for this specific board, but cup holders, etc. Now this is the bungee deck webbing I was talking about. You could see that it's a lot more widely spaced out. So this is ideal for people that have big tents, big dry bags, tarps, etc. Especially if you're going on a multi-day trip. There are 4 free D-rings. That's for a kayak seat or a shoulder strap, so you can carry the board a bit better. Finally, there's the deck padding. This is stamped deck padding. You can see the stripes as well. Whenever I was wearing my surf booties, it gripped pretty well, so I was pretty happy with the grip there. And then one of the things I really like about the Thurso Surf boards is that they have paddle holders on each side. Not sure why more boards don't do this, but this is definitely a big win for Thurso Surf. It's just so much easier, especially if you just want to chill and you don't want the paddle to be in the way while you're relaxing or just taking a break. You can see that there is a little bit of a kick pad right there that helps you bring the nose up when you're doing pivot turns. And then there's some smaller bungee deck webbing here. That's ideal for more personal items, like for the back, I usually like to have like speakers, or maybe you could put your water bottle there, etc. I found that the back of the board, it's not the skinniest, but it's also not necessarily the fattest. So that gives it a little bit of stability, especially when you're just standing still. This is, of course, the accessories on the world famous accessories bench that we have here. So you can see it comes with a bag, pump, and I really also like this sort of pouch thing that comes with Thurso Surf. I find it really helps organize stuff. So you can see there's a fin in there, there's a leash, and then finally there's the carbon hybrid paddle, nylon blade. We'll go over each below. Here is the Thurso Surf bag that comes with the package. You can see there is a front pocket right over here. You can add some little odds and ends, like for example a repair kit or something like that, or even like a leash. You can see there's also a strap to kind of keep the package together here. This is the back of the bag. It's a very lightweight backpack, which I do like. Having said that though, I'm not a big fan of the bags that are like 2/3 zip. Like as you can see, the zipper ends right there. I personally prefer bags that zip all the way down. And in terms of other packages, I do think there are better quality bags out there, but this is lightweight, does the trick. One of the cool things that I do like about this is that it has a little pouch for the little backpack straps, and these just clip right into there. Now, I will say the straps to me do seem a little bit flimsy. Like you compare this to something like Nixie or Jilly, and the padding on those straps are a lot bigger. So I wouldn't carry this long distances, or if you had to, I would actually use the wheels and just drag the package. Save your back a lot of time and effort. Another thing I do like is this little carry handle on the side. I do wish they had it on both sides, but it's really good, especially for lifting the package out of your trunk, etc. And then this can also be used as sort of like a handle to kind of drag the board in and out. We're just going to detail a little bit more about carbon hybrid paddle that comes with the Thurso Surf 150 Expedition. So this paddle, as I mentioned, is carbon hybrid, has a nylon blade. Now it can extend from 71 inches to 87, and it weighs 2 pounds. My thoughts about this paddle is that I like the feel of it. One of my favorite things about it was this rubber handle. I felt that this really gripped well, and it was positioned very well as well. This paddle also floats. This is the pump that comes with the board. Now this is a dual chamber triple action pump. So what that means is you have 3 settings. And with these settings, it controls how much air comes out of the pump. So starting off, you want both chambers open and you want to be pumping as much air as possible. As soon as you start to get into the PSIs, usually, well, for me, it's like 5 to 3. Then I like to go to the middle setting where down pump basically pumps air forward, both chambers. And then as soon as it starts getting really tough, you want to maybe go to the 3rd setting, which is the high pressure setting, which is currently on right now. And that just takes it out of one chamber on the up and down pump, making it easier, but less air comes out. Overall, I do like this pump. Another good thing about it is the fact that you can inflate and deflate the board with it. This is actually sort of a new hack that I've been doing, especially when it's the end of the day and you want to roll the board up as quick as possible. You want to use the deflate option. This valve over here is labeled as inflate. The valve on the handle is deflate. There are also removable handles, but I kind of forgot it for this video. But they are there, they just screw in basically. Overall, for manual pumps, I would say this is one of the better ones for sure. One of the things I really do like as well is that they actually have a little pouch that comes with the bag. This keeps things very organized. So as we open it, you can see you can put your leash, and you got the fin, and then, oh, that's where the handles are. Leash was comfortable. I usually like to clip it right onto my PFD. It's handy, it worked. I think it's about 8 feet long, coiled. Next is the fin. Now this is a proper touring fin. Even a little bit thicker compared to some other touring fins that I've tested. And I found that this really helped this board track very well. Now this fin is a click system, so which means that it slides in and then you just click it down. Now, you might have trouble in the beginning with this, because I did. Thurso Surf likes to put 3 of these nubs in here. Take one of them out. As soon as you do that, you'll be able to click the fin a lot easier to the board. I'll show you exactly what that looks like in a sec here. And then as you can see, handles, you got a little patch, the little rubber nubs for the fin, and then you have a repair kit along with a little brush for the glue and a valve wrench. So overall, pretty good packaging here. Onto the bottom of the board here. See, it's a nice streamlined shape. What I want to show you is exactly how to use this click and fin system. So what you do, we got our handy little fin right here. You want to slot this guy right here in the middle, push it back, and then you want to put some pressure onto this. Now we have it on 1 rubber nub. We recommend you do 2, just so that it really stays in there. Like, you put some pressure and it clicks in, just like that. So no tools, which is very handy, and it helps you really get on the water very quick with this board. Take it out, simply just grab it like this, like that, and there you go. Slide this guy out. So on to the pros and cons of the Thurso Surf Expedition 150. Some of the things I really liked is the fact that the board tracked very well in the water. I actually paddled it right here a week ago, and I was very impressed with the tracking, especially with that fin that is included. Fantastic addition. I think it is really good for people who want to do multi-day paddles that have a bit of experience with paddleboards. You can see with the deck webbing here, there's also extra D-rings if you want to do your own sort of do-it-yourself strapping. And the board is actually very maneuverable for a touring board. It did about 5 sweep strokes. Now this was sort of in tidal conditions, so take that with a grain of salt. But it is one of the better readings we got from a touring board, which I thought was actually a bit surprising. I also thought that the board had pretty good rigidity, and I think at least a small part of it is due to these carbon side rails, which I'll focus in on over here. Sorry, the board's a little bit dirty. I also really like these paddle holders right at the sides. It's really good because that's one of the big quirks I have. Now onto some of the things I thought that maybe they could have improved on a little bit with this board. And it's not a lot, but one of the things was whenever I was paddling it, and I'll have a link in the bio of my on-water stuff here, I found that it was a little bit tippy, especially when I was doing some sweep strokes and reverse side paddles. I compared this board directly with the Thurso Surf 132 and Waterwalker, and the Waterwalker was a lot more stable, especially doing those turns. Now this board is 31 inches wide, so it is a little bit thinner. Just something to kind of keep in mind, especially if you're a little bit newer. Another little irk I had was the handle. So the bottom is neoprene, which is great, but this top is nylon. I'm not entirely sure why they did that. It's fine for carrying for a short distance, but after a while I did find that the nylon dug into my hands, like if you're walking more than say like 50 meters. So now onto the warranty and return policy. So the board, just like all Thurso Surf boards, has a 2-year warranty. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee as well. Unfortunately, you do have to pay for shipping, returning, but that's when you return the board. But that's pretty standard with a lot of sub manufacturers. The warranty itself does not include wear and tear, damage from external environments, misuse, overinflation, etc. It's strictly for manufacturing defects that you might find. Is the Expedition 150 a good buy? I would say yes. It is a great inflatable touring board for its price range. I think that it performs very well in the water. It performs, in my mind, very similar to the Gillimino 12-foot 6-inch, but its deck webbing is placed a little bit better for those larger items, which makes it a good multi-day touring board, etc. You can use this as a fitness board as well for long paddles or day paddles. And it is nice to paddle this compared to an all-round board, especially when you're in tidal conditions. Like, you can just see the waters moving right in here. So this is actually not a bad day to use this board specifically. I don't know if I want to do that today though, because it's a little bit chilly. But yeah, overall, Expedition 150, great buy.